Welcome everybody to From the Pastor's Kitchen, where I get to share with you two of my greatest passions, my love for Christ and cooking. If you like this video, please share it, subscribe it, and send me your comments. I welcome that. Today I am going to make a Mexican dish for you, just regular tacos, and then we're going to take the tortilla shells and make corn chips out of them. Now, what inspired me earlier today, I was just down in the kitchen. I said, let me make some lunch, and I started with some enchiladas. So I've already made some homemade enchiladas with homemade enchilada sauce, my first time doing it. I said, well, let me go ahead and start taping this so that my viewers get an opportunity to see how I'm going to make tacos, turkey tacos as well we're going to make. And we're going to make some homemade pico de gallo. We're going to start with the pico de gallo first. Then I'm going to move over to make the tacos, start doing that, and then we're going to work with the shells. So we got a lot going on today. Come on and go with me. All right, let's get started with the pico de gallo. What I have are tomatoes that are already diced, and I have red onions here. I'm going to put a little of these in here. I'm not going to start with too many. It's one whole red onion and some cilantro. This is really simple to make at home. Instead of buying it in the streets, take time out and read some other recipes on things and simplify it for yourself. Then you know that it's fresh. You know the time that you made it, because a lot of times we're reading dates on things and we should be doing that as well. So while this is I'm mixing this up, I'm going to go ahead and turn the stove on over here. Put the ground turkey on. Put a little oil in here. And I'm working from the skillet that I've already used earlier today with some of the leftover residue from the ground turkey that I cooked earlier. That's the best way to do it. This pico de gallo was just about done. Just put together like this. We put a few more of these onions in here. Don't want them to overpower it, so we can taste it. A little bit more cilantro down in here. I'm gonna season it with some adobo and season it with some black pepper. And we are just about done here. And that should be warming up over there. What I have here too, I got my trusty deep fryer ready to put my chips in here. So I'm going to deep fry the chips as well. Okay. And lastly, I'm going to take a lime and just put the lime on here. Get some juice in here. It adds flavor. And you can smell the cilantro in here. It is awesome already. So I'm going to add a little bit. I'm going to add a little bit more here, because it didn't seem like much was coming out of that lime. There we go. That should do it. Always taste your food too. Recipe may call for just a little bit, maybe a spoonful of this or a spoonful of that, but you will know it once you taste it, how it tastes to you, and you'll know how to proceed. I'll take the spoon here and have just a little bit of this. Oh, the freshness. A little bit more seasoning in it, pepper. Not too much salt. The acidity, you can taste the lime in it. And the cilantro is really fresh. And that's what you want. So I'm gonna take this and start out right now. Put it in my bowl. Dress my bowl up. Because we are having a Mexican fiesta today. Yes. Well, I just made a mess there. Take that, let it up there. That's all I'm gonna do there. Let up there. That should do it. The bowl right back here. It's just family. Sometimes presentation makes for everything when you're doing something. Okay, we'll move forward from there. Now I'm gonna come on over here. Let's start on the ground turkey. What I have here are onions that I've already diced up. I am making tacos. I don't have a taco mix that I'm putting together because everything is fresh that I'm doing. Okay, so my onions in here, my red peppers in here, and my green peppers in here. This is one of each one of these. So I put like maybe 2/3 of it in here. Saute this down. That's a 2-pound container of ground turkey. I just want to wet them, because I want them to be a little crunchy in the turkey. So I'm sauteing them down just to wet them up. Let's start putting turkey in. There we go. There we go. This away. Okay, let's go. And blend this in and let this cook. And I've been cooking in a skillet lately. The flavoring in the skillet just really works for me. And so we're gonna let this cook. I turned it up on high to let this fry in here. And then we'll start adding our seasonings in once it really cooks down, okay? All right. I can do something else while this is cooking, and that is what I choose to do. Now, Kyle, come on over and let's do something else. While that's cooking down, the ground turkey is cooking, I can multitask and I can go to something else because my pico de gallo is already done, and that is cooking. All right, and I want to make today, I'm going to take some more of these tortilla chips out. Show you how easy it is. Instead of buying tortilla chips, make your own tortilla chips, and that's what I'm going to do today. All right, and take these and cut them up. Like so. Cut it again on the cutting board. I'm going to move the cutting board around. Cut it in fours. And I'm going to come back to each one of these again. I don't want super big chips at all. Put that down. And cut it one more time. I've already set my deep fryer to 400 degrees. It is hot. And we are going to come and take these chips and drop them down into the deep fryer. Move the pico de gallo out of the way because it's already done. Stay right there, Cal. This out of the way. Refrigerate this. And then start on my chips. What a great way to do something different and unique. You know, a lot of times when we go somewhere, we're having chips in a Mexican place. They are fresh and they're hot. And this is a great way to do your chips. So I'm not going to put a lot of them down in here. My oil is already hot. Put them over in here. And we are going to deep fry these chips. They're in the oil and cook them. It won't take them any time either. They don't stay together. Fresh chips. Come on back to my ground turkey. Keep turning my turkey while it's cooking. It won't take long for this to cook either. It won't take long for it to brown. It's fresh. It's not frozen. It won't take long. And then we'll start adding layers of flavoring into it. The trick is not to use a taco package at all. A lot of times we have ingredients and we have seasonings in our cabinets, and we can use those seasonings to make exactly what we need instead of doing these pre-mixed packages with all this high content of sodium in them. And so I want us to kind of get away from that. That's what I did today when I made my own enchilada sauce, to get away from the package with a high content of the sodium in it as well. All right, coming back over to the chips because I want to give some attention to them. That's all that I'm doing. See if you can capture that down in there now for me, please. Let them fry a little bit more. Move them around in there. Move them around. Put it down in there. I don't want them to stick. Oh, they're pretty hard in there too. I want them to move. Get them a little bit more. These are going to be our chips. Fresh and hot. Don't want to put too many of them in there at a time. Okay. And I believe we can take those out and then put some more down in there. At the same time while this is cooking, I'm going to turn my fire down over here on my meat. With a little bit of attention. I'll come back, get my chips out and add more chips to them. We can multitask in the kitchen. Just try not to do too much to overwhelm yourself. But this is cooking, and turn the fire down sometimes on your food so it's not cooking too fast. I'm going to take the chips out. Put them on a paper cloth or paper towel to drain the oil off of them. You can hear them, the chips. Okay. And we're going to take another batch of chips and put down inside of here. Okay. All right. There we go. On these, I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of adobo on them instead of some salt to get a little bit of flavor on them. There we go. Come back over to my ground turkey now. It's almost there. This is for my tacos. Okay, it's browned now, and so now I'm going to start layering it with my seasonings to get the flavor into the food. Okay, because it's browning now. It won't take much longer for it to cook. Okay, here we go. I'm going to use chili powder, which is the key to this, and cumin. Chili powder. Sprinkle it liberally around in there because I got 2 pounds of it. And some cumin. Cumin is your main ingredient for this. And what I've learned for this too, to get a little bit of tomato base in here for me, I'm going to take tomato, bouillon, and chicken flavoring to put in here. Okay. Add a little bit more flavor to it for me. Some garlic powder. And voila. Notice I did not put any in here. I did not put any adobo in here yet. I'm going to taste this first with all these other flavorings in here to make sure I get the flavor that I need in here. But I am going to add some pepper to this. Okay. Get just what you can smell the cumin in here. It really makes the meal. The cumin along with the chili powder makes for you your taco mix. So you don't have to run out and buy taco mix if you have cumin already in your cabinet and you want to make that one of your seasonings that you can keep, because it goes on several other dishes as well too. It does really well with this. And you have flavor in it. You can smell it. It's almost done. All right, we'll give attention back to my chips. They are ready. It doesn't take long for these to get ready. Take them out. Fresh chips. Okay. Get the last of my chips over here. In the deep fryer. The last of them in here. Let's go. There we go, everybody. On it. Now, take my pepper and come over here. Okay. We are just about done. Now, while this is going on and those chips are cooking, we want to do something with our taco shells and put them in the shape that we want them in. You don't have to buy them already cooked for you in the shape that they're upright. You can take a few of these and put them in the oven. Come on, Kyle, so you can capture this. You put them in the oven and sit them down like so. Sit them down. And they'll go in the shape that you need them to go in a hot oven. We can do some creative things here. Gotta be careful with my hand there. You gotta be careful as well and get them in the shape that you want. If you want to do taco boats, and sometimes people want to do taco boats, you can take your cupcake maker or something and put your boat in here like this and put it in the oven as well. And you have taco boats as well. Creative things. I'm going to turn this down because I'm just about ready to pull this out. But I'm going to taste it first to make sure I got enough seasoning in here. Because this is 2 pounds of ground turkey to make the tacos that we want to make. All right, we are just about there. You can smell the flavor in this food. That is so wonderful. Let me get my spoon. While I'm getting my spoon, I'll pause at my first station, come back and get my chips out. I've already made my Pico de gallo. Capture that gallo. Get down in there for you. They are ready. Take those chips out. Place one on. Let's just go a little bit longer. It's still good. Really good. spoon back over here. Let me taste this. Taste your food once again as you are cooking. A little bit more chili powder and a little bit more cumin. That's it. Not gonna add any adobo to this dish because of the other flavors that are already in here. You don't need it. You can taste it. I'm gonna add a little bit of sauce, tomato sauce in here as a base to this, and my cumin. That would be it. Once again, the cumin is the star in this dish. There we go. Put a little bit of tomato sauce in here too. You gotta remember that your tomato sauce has a sodium content in it as well, so you don't need to do a lot with your tomato sauce, and you don't need to add any salt to your dishes all the time. You want to investigate and make sure, do I need to put any salt in there? You won't need to do that. I can turn this off. This is ready. Okay. That's ready. Come on back over here. I'm gonna take my chips out, everybody. These are ready. Oh yeah. See a difference in them. They're browner. Yeah. Bringing a little adobo on them. Okay. And close this up. I'm gonna move this out the way. I'm gonna take my dish here. Take my chips, put them on my platter. Now they're hot. And put them around here. Got any oil on them. Get the oil off of them. Put them around on the platter. And they're evenly cut too. Presentation is everything. All of my chips. I'm gonna have an awesome lunch this afternoon. And this is my Pico de gallo with my chips for today. To actually go with my dish. All right? And so what we're gonna do is come back to you, and then I'm gonna pull it all together and show you the full presentation of the tacos all done while we're sitting at the table getting ready to serve lunch. Hey everybody. I get an opportunity now to show you my spread that I've done today. I did enchiladas earlier, as I stated, and the enchiladas kind of inspired me to say, oh, let's finish this meal, let's go a little further and let's do something different. And so it gives you an opportunity to see what lunch looks like in Sim's house. And so I've done enchiladas, I prepared for you tacos, we did homemade pico de gallo, we have our corn chips that we fried. Earlier I did black beans and rice, and I have the lettuce there to go with the tacos. We took the taco shells, the same corn shells, and put them in the oven on the rack, bent them down, and we have now our tacos that are already prepared. I've made everything and laid it out for everybody. We have queso, we have the warmer for our flour shells that are there. Everything we need for a Mexican fiesta in our home. I'm glad that I had the opportunity to share this with you, and I can't wait to get down. So before I leave, I want to share with you a thought that I have, and my word for today is contentment. In 1 Timothy 6:6, the word says, but godliness with contentment is great gain. And I thought about this from the perspective how everybody is maybe at a little bit of unrest. People are uneasy about things. People may feel doubtful about situations, but the word says, but godliness with contentment is great gain. If we meditate on Jesus and not on all of our other situations that seem to overwhelm us, we can gain great peace, for the joy of the Lord is our strength. I want to leave that with you, and I pray that you share this thought with somebody else, a friend that may be troubled about something, going through a life situation which is current for them, which is reality for them, but with godliness and contentment, we get great gain. Once again, if you like this video, this presentation of the lunch that I'm sharing with you, please share this with someone else, and most of all, subscribe. Your comments are always welcome in From the Pastor's Kitchen.